Guys, good evening again. Well, good morning. I should say it's 2 o'clock in the morning here. What is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I'm coming at you live from my live review of 205 Live from the May 7th, 2019 edition of 205 Live. That's the fact that live took place in Louisville, Kentucky. It's the second to last episode of 205 Live, of course, for Money in the Bank, and we had a match, or recruited championship match made official for Money in the Bank. Most likely be a pre-show match. Tony Nese and Arya Daivari will have their cruiserweight championship match at Money in the Bank. Should be a good match. As far as this episode 205 Live, not a bad show. We had 3 matches on the show: a squash, a match to give the number 1 contender some momentum moving forward, and a main event match that I thought was pretty good. Results though, still not too sure how I feel about it because I'm just going to ask the question: what on earth are we doing with Mike Kanellis? That's what I want to know, WWE. But of course, we'll get to that when we get to the end. What's up, Tyler? Thank you for joining me in the live chat for this brief review. Let's get started here. We open up with a promo. This time, we've been getting Drew Gulak opening up the show promos instead of Drake Maverick. But this time, we have Mike and Maria Kanellis, which, of course, again, so jealous of you, Maria. So jealous of you, Mike. How'd you get Maria? Seriously, want to swap last names? Getting, of course. They're talking about how Tozawa has no chance. And Kendrick and Tozawa counter of where Kendrick says it's simple. Mike is screwed, basically. Even though as of now, it was only revealed that the Brian Kendrick was banned from ringside in the main event, a no disqualification match. The first match we had on this show was Arya Daivari taking on Noam Dar, which I was glad to see Dar because if those of you who did not watch NXT UK, a couple weeks ago on one of the tapings, Dar and Mark Andrews had a really good, hard-hitting physical match. And it ended, though, with a no contest because both of them suffered knee injuries. And it looked like Dar first re-injured the recently surgically repaired knee he had on a reverse hurricanrana that Mark Andrews was trying to do. But the way Andrews drove his head and shoulder into Dar's knee did not look too good, but it ended up being just a bruise, just a severe bruise or something like that. So he's fine. But of course, I was surprised to see Dar because I thought he wasn't going to be on 205 Live for the time being. He was just going to be just on NXT UK. I heard he moved back to Scotland or whatnot, so that way he can focus more on NXT UK. But this is the first time he's been on 205 Live. I gotta say, since right before WrestleMania season when he had that really good no disqualification or street fight with Tony Nese, a really good match. Of course, that was talked about while Nese was on commentary for this match. It was a pretty good hard-hitting match, and Daivari gets the win yet again. Of course, a lot of times throughout the match, we hear Nese keep telling Daivari, "Hey, quit focusing on me. Focus on your match," basically. Obviously, Daivari's trying to get in the head of Tony Nese because Daivari, again, has been on a roll. And again, I've been saying I've definitely been really liking what they've done with Arya Daivari for sure, building on their star. Because, again, before he came back from his injury, I thought he was just the Kurt Hawkins of 205 Live. Like, he was out in the first round of the Cruiserweight Championship tournament when Triple H first took over. But him and Dar put on a pretty good match. But then Daivari wins that hammerlock lariat. After the match, Daivari's celebrating, and then when his back was turned, Tony kind of got behind him and kind of just startled Daivari a little bit, and he sent a message to him basically. He tells him I didn't want to attack right now, but just so you know, I could attack at any time I want to, basically, which probably will be next week, as of course they always attack before the pay-per-view at the Go Home show. But that was a good opening match. There we got the show. We had a promo with Oney Lorcan in the locker room saying that he's dealt with adversity throughout his career and knows that nothing comes easy. He failed his last opportunity to get a Cruiserweight Championship opportunity, but nothing's going to stop him from becoming a Cruiserweight Champion. Just a simple little, babyface promo, basically. So, Lorcan's still gunning for the Cruiserweight title. We had the Singh brothers, Samir and Sunil, take on 2 jobbers, David Kaufman and Kevin Lee. Quick match. They won with their finisher, a demolition decapitation, I guess they're calling them. So far, I guess they're looking kind of strong on 205 Live, I got to say. They lost their match to the Lucha House Party last week. Even though, once again, as I said, you had these guys basically being cronies for Jinder Mahal for how long? why all of a sudden you just try to put on 205 Live want to take them seriously. You know, they lost to the Lucha House Party last week, but after the match, they get on a microphone and say that they talk about the return of 205 Live and how they were undefeated on 205 Live until their loss last week. But they claim that, Lucha House Parties, got them from behind. So they want a rematch, the Lucha House Party. So probably in 2 weeks, because next week is the UK show where, 205 Live and the UK people collide. Of course, we had two matches announced for that next week as well. We'll talk about that in a second. Backstage, though, after this, we see Mike and Maria run into Drake Maverick and they thank him for banning Kendrick from ringside. And then he's like, I'm glad we're all on the same page. And like, that's what you think. But then Mike and Maria start walking away. But then Drake's like, whoa, Maria, where do you think you're going? She goes, Mike has a match next. I'm going at ringside. She goes, oh. And he goes, oh, you're banned also from ringside. So it's a no DQ match with both, the Brian Kendrick and Maria Kanellis banned from ringside. Of course, does not make them happy at all. Of course. We also then see Gentleman Jack Gallagher being interviewed backstage. Said how he is medically cleared to compete. I guess he had the staples from his mustache removed or whatnot. And next week, there's going to be there's two matches announced. There's going to be a match with Tony Nese and Ligero from NXT UK, and also a fatal four-way with Mark Andrews, Gentleman Jack Gallagher, James Drake, one half of the NXT UK Tag Team Champions, of course, and Humberto Carrillo. So Gallagher will be in action in that fatal four-way next week. Carrillo rolls up and says he's looking forward to finishing what they started in London. Jack accepts his handshake and says he can try. And then we had our main event. It was a no DQ match with Akira Tozawa and Mike Kanellis. Of course, before they had Kendrick ban both Maria and Kendrick from ringside. I'm like, okay, why'd you have a no DQ match if, the reason why, this has been going on is because simple, they're interfering in matches, like they're partners and whatnot. So this match I thought was a pretty, physical match, had some pretty good spots there, such as, Tozawa doing that scary looking, dive and ramming and like placing that trash can on top of Kanellis while he was standing, of course, outside the ring. And Tozawa went like head first into that. There's also a spot where he hit a snap suplex on the apron, and there was he did a hurricanrana on Kanellis off of the top rope, as both of them went through a table. Went on a couple good spots in the match, but of course Mike Kanellis lost yet again. Now, Mike, of course, has costed, Tozawa opportunities in some big matches where it was like the Fatal 4 he had a few weeks ago, or yes, he did have that first victory over him with the help from Maria, but, Maria's helped the most in matches, and Mike's only won one. And then, they've only won one match. And then weeks ago, it was right before they had the first match against Tozawa in this feud they had, Drake Maverick basically threatened them with their job, saying that, looking strong in a loss is not going to get you anywhere. We don't have room for that on here, which made me thinking maybe storyline-wise they're going to get fired. Or maybe they're not going to be re-signing soon or something like that. I don't know what's going on with it. But he lost again. It's just like, okay, like for a while, okay, I get the story. He's looking better again. I really like that match he had with the Brian Kendrick a couple months ago. I thought that was so far his best match on 205 Live. But then he started losing again and again. I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, I'm glad, he's on 205 Live, getting these opportunities, telling some type of story. But once again, like, where's it going now? Like, it's just starting to go around in circles. I mean, the match I thought was good, Tozawa and Kanellis had. But again, I don't see where this is going, where Kanellis is going at this point. At this point, might as well just release him. But of course, they're not going to release anyone they know that is a threat to sign with AEW. So they're going to, embarrass the Revival, add 6 more months on Luke Harper's contract. Who knows? With Sasha Banks, but Still not a bad show over 205 Live. I gave it a B. Again, next is going to be the UK, the show where, UK and 205 Live collide. Again, we'll have the Fatal 4-Way match with Mark Andrews, Gentleman Jack Gallagher, James Drake, and Humberto Carrillo. And the main event match, I believe, will be Tony Nese and Ligero. Non-title match, though, of course. But check the live chat real quick before you go off the air. Tyler says AJ, Roman, Charlotte should be on a team on SmackDown. Interesting. I can't wait for the Vince stupid shit. Same here. Raw is trash. Randy should go to Raw. I agree. Do the best and worst feuds for WWE champion. I mean, I already have an idea for this we're going to do, but that wouldn't be a bad idea. Best and worst championship feuds. I don't think I've done that one before. That's a really good one, Tyler. Let me write that down. Top 10 best and worst championship feuds. Again, very good idea for sure. Yeah, I'll do that someday. I have an idea what I'm going to do for this week, but thank you for the suggestion, Tyler. But I'm going to check out here, guys, again. I gave 205 Live a B. Good matches, good storytelling. Not a fan of, Canellis losing that match, though. I thought, Cesaro could have taken the loss, but I'm fine with Canellis getting the – well, I'm not fine with Canellis not getting the win there, and that's nowhere to go with it. But anyways, guys, your thoughts on 205 Live. This your thoughts down in the comment section below. And just always, slap a like on my video, subscribe or comment on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at the Man93. Check out my first WrestleMania Experience documentary found down in the description box down below. And I'll be back here live tomorrow twice for my NXT UK and NXT live reviews. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your night. I will see you guys all later. Take care and peace out, everybody.